Hi everyone, this is Blue Cool Nux welcoming you to episode 27 of Mini Logo Evolution. Today, we're going to be talking about the company behind so many shows from my childhood, including but not limited to Go Diego Go, The Backyardigans, Blue's Clues, Little Bill, Little Bear, and so much more. I loved this company's works growing up, and I'm really happy to be talking about them today. By popular demand, today's episode is all about Nick Jr. Productions. Established in 1993, this was the production branch of Nick Jr., Nickelodeon's block for children's programming that was launched on January 4th of 1988. On February 2nd of 2009, the Nick Jr. Productions brand was folded into Nickelodeon Productions. Despite this, a Nick Jr. production tag would still appear in the credits of their shows. Nick Jr. Productions had a whopping total of 7 logos, and I grew up with at least 2 of them. Which of those 2 were they? We'll get to them in little time. Let us start with the first logo. Officially named the Caregivers, this logo was in use from April 5th of 1993 to October 3rd of 2000. I have 6 variants. 3 are shortened and have a copyright notice at the bottom. These all appeared on different episodes of a show called Gullah Gullah Island.
Gullah Gullah Island was recorded.
2 have the ending theme to a show. The last variant is unfortunately still. It has a yellow background and is accompanied by the word Productions and a copyright notice underneath. This is a very nice and heartwarming logo. The peaceful tune and pleasing animation go together like bread and butter. The Caregivers have been Nick Jr.'s mascots since this logo was introduced, and in 1994, it would become fully integrated with the branding of Nick Jr. A different version of this logo would mainly be seen on Blue's Clues. Introduced on September 8th of 1996 and retiring on March 2nd of 2004, here we have a collection of stills that are all under the umbrella that I call the Caregivers and the Animals. On screen now are the 5 variants of this logo that feature the Caregivers. Keep a close eye on the second variant, as you'll want to remember it for a later logo. Now let's take a look at the 25 animal variants. Yes, there are indeed 25 variants of this logo that use different animal graphics. Let me show you all of them in the form of a slideshow. We might be here for a while, so jump to the timestamp on screen or in the pinned comment if you wish to skip it. All of these graphics are very nicely made, and I have no doubt in my mind that a good chunk of us remember seeing most, if not all, of these variants growing up. But now we get to the first of the 2 logos that I grew up with. Said logo looks like this, and I call it Claymation Caregivers. This logo was in use from November 28th of 1999 to November 5th of 2007, just shy of 8 years of use. Once again, I have 6 variants. One is a warp speed variant seen at the end of some episodes of Little Bear and a show that I do not wish to name. One has an additional laugh. This was seen on a TV Cosmopolis Grease airing of the show that I do not wish to name from November 2004. One variant fades out as soon as the logo is fully formed. The last 3 variants all have copyright notices. Usually there will be 2. The first of these 3 variants is normal. The second has a slight difference to the music. And the last one is silent with a single copyright notice in teal. On top of all these variants, we have a raw film scan of the logo. I adore this logo. The animation is superb, and hearing the audio brings back so many warm and fuzzy feelings to when I was all into Blue's Clues as a child. In fact, while we're on the subject, I also remember seeing two of Nick Jr.'s home video openings a lot, specifically the Bounce opening and the Frogs opening. I actually remember disliking the latter for some reason. Nowadays though, I'm okay with it. Wait, where are you going? Back on topic, the raw film scan of this logo was actually uploaded by the logo's animator, Webster Colcord, who had previously worked on these two Nick Jr. IDs that are playing beside me right now. In fact, a few photos of him working on the logo have also resurfaced, as well as a picture of the models after the logo's production, and a picture of what they look like now. Yikes. Okay, enough of me glazing this logo, even though it absolutely deserves it. Let's now move on to this set of in-credit variants that was used from September 3rd of 2001 to October 8th of 2010. This was seen on a nice variety of shows, including Thomas and Friends, The Magic Roundabout, Angelina Ballerina The Next Steps, Wobbly Land, and Bubble and Squeak. Not much to say since these are in-credit variants, but I do like the new graphics seen on Wobbly Land and Bubble and Squeak. This next logo is a custom logo that exclusively appeared on the Nick Jr. UK original series, You Do Too. It looks like this, and I call it Caregiver Postcard. This logo was seen from July 3rd of 2002 to January 27th of 2004. I have an opening variant that adds the word presents. Very basic computer animation, but this is still a very wholesome logo. Second to last, we have a logo that ultimately went unused. It looks like this, and I'm going to call it Frog and Froglet. This logo was most likely finished and ready for use on January 26th of 2004. There were a lot of rumors surrounding this logo for a long time. Some have said that this logo was rumored to have appeared on the first test screening of Dora's Pirate Adventure, which was a special that ultimately aired on January 17th of 2005. The only conclusion my brain can suggest is that the logo's main characters were technically not the caregivers, and therefore broke an important rule in the Nickelodeon logo logic. Pushing all of that aside, this logo is once again very wholesome. The CGI is very well done, and the music is charming. And so we've reached our last stop. The final logo from Nick Jr. Productions, and the second of my two favorites, is this. I call it the Caregivers and the Rainbow Puddle, and it was used from August 22nd of 2005 to January 30th of 2009. A more common short version exists. I also have a PAL pitch version of what was just played. Once again, this logo is very, very heartwarming. The animation is great for 2005, and both musical themes fit this logo very well. I actually never knew that a longer version of this logo existed prior to me getting enthusiastic about logo content. The shortened version was the only one that I knew about and remembered seeing countless times at the end of some episodes of Blue's Room. Not Blue's Clues, Blue's Room. As much as I would love to regale you with information about this charming puppet show spin-off to Blue's Clues, I will have to save that for another time. It truly doesn't matter how the story is told. The logos of Nick Jr. Productions and the shows themselves will always have a special place in my heart. If any of you watching this video grew up with any of the following and more, Blue's Clues, Blue's Room, Backyardigans, Ni Hao Kai Wan, then you are truly a real one, as some say. Thank you very much to everyone who requested Nick Jr. Productions, and all of you for watching. And before I close this video off, I would also like to give an extra special thank you to the team behind NotSoBot. This video would not have turned out as well as it did without you. Now if you'd excuse me, I'd better get ready for the next episode. See you all then, and stay cool.